A doctor orders a medication for your child to be given every 6 hours. The doctor prescribes 120 milligrams per dose for a 44-pound child, and the recommended dosage is 25 milligrams per kilogram per day in 4 divided doses. They're asking us, is the dosage safe? There's a part B, but we'll handle that later. I recommend we start with part A. All right. So first, what we have to figure out is, what is the recommended dosage? So they give you that you do have a dosage, but it is based on how heavy your child is. It is based on your child's weight. Now, the problem is the child's weight needs to be in kilograms. However, it's in pounds right now. So the child's weight right now is in pounds, but it needs to be in kilograms before we can use the dosage. So number one is going to be to change pounds over to kilograms. So this is a conversion we're going to have to do before we can actually find the dosage. So we begin with the 44 pounds that they told us right here. Now, to get to kilograms, we have to multiply that by a fraction. We're going to place pounds on the bottom and kilograms on top, because we always put what we want to get in the end on the top and put what we already have on the bottom. So because we started with pounds, that means in this fraction, pounds must go on the bottom and kilograms must go on top. Now we have to look up a conversion factor for pounds to kilograms. Now, the reason why I'm paying so much attention to this is you must make sure that the 2.2, because it was next to pounds in your internet search, it has to go next to pounds in your fraction. And the 1, which was next to kilograms, must go next to kilograms up here. So now our operation is 44 multiply 1 divide by 2.2. If you had placed the 2.2 in the top position, you would have done the wrong operation. So in the calculator, we say 44 multiply 1 divide 2.2, and we get 20. So we will say our child weighs 20 kilograms. Now that we know the weight, our second step is to use that weight to find the max dosage. So now we can take that 20 kilograms and multiply by the dose that said milligrams per kilograms per day. That big old thing right here, we're going to multiply that times 25 milligrams per kilogram. Kilograms goes on the bottom, 25 milligrams goes on the top. And allow me to clarify that 25 milligrams is milligrams of medicine, but the kilograms are actually kilograms of the child's weight. As an aside, this is why sometimes if you buy cough syrup, they tell you that if you're trying to give it to a small child, that you want to give them less than you would give an adult, because how much medicine you're allowed to take depends on how heavy you are. So if you're fairly light, you don't need as much medicine. But if you were heavier, you might need more. So now we take that 20 times the 25. In the calculator, I'll say times 25, and we get 500 milligrams of medicine. Now, one last thing. This was supposed to be given every 6 hours. So if you have to give medicine every 6 hours, do you know how many times a day that is? 4 times per day. So you'll take the 500 you just got, divided by 4 times per day, and let's find what that is. gives us 125 milligrams. So we can say the max dose is 125 milligrams, but the doctor prescribed 120 milligrams. So here's the trick. Because the doctor prescribed less than the maximum dose, that's okay. That is a safe dose. As long as what the doctor prescribes is not more than the max dose, you're okay. But if the doctor had prescribed 150, for example, that would not be safe. For this dosage, 120 milligrams is safe because it is less than the 125 we found. All right. Now for the next part of the question, it says Kerflex is available in an oral suspension that is 250 milligrams per 5 ml. Now we are asked, if the dosage is safe, how many ml should we give the child? Now remember that the max dose from the previous part of the question was 125 mg, okay? But now we need to go from mg to ml. So now we'll take the 125 that we began with and then multiply times a fraction, placing mg on the bottom because it is what we already have, and place the ml on top because that is what they asked us to get. Then we place the numbers in the correct positions. Because the 5 is next to ml, we place it in the ml position. 250 was next to mg, so we place it in the bottom position. Now our operation will be 125 multiply 5 divide 250. So we'll say 125 multiply 5 divide 250. And we end up with 2.5 ml. So as long as you have the mg and they give you mg per ml, you can do the operation in one step. Just take the mg that you've already got and use this information as your conversion factor to get out of mg and into ml.